Today we're going to talk about workshops and how they can help your photography. You're going to meet the beautiful Shay Ford, and techniques learned here today hopefully will make you a better photographer overall. And with all that out of the way, here is the intro. My name is J Tomlin. I've been a professional photographer for over 35 years, and I'm here to help you get better at your craft. If you're looking to learn how to get better at photography, then there is no better way to do it than to attend a workshop. Workshops can link you with the newest lights to try out. They can provide feedback from other professionals on how to get better. You can see what the latest equipment can do. And best of all, if you're new, you can learn how to work with people. You talk to models, you direct them, you get used to having them posed based on what creative look you want. I've been attending workshops for several years now, and it has really helped me learn more. We are never too old or too experienced to learn new things, and workshops provide that experience for you. So if you want to learn how to find one near you, stick around and I'll give you some tips. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications bar. Alright, now we're good. Okay, so lift up off the feet a little bit. Right there, hold that. Look at me. I know, that's why I'm giving you a workout here, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I do that because when you sit on your legs, it changes the shape of your thigh.
Yeah.
So.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, ready, go.
In 14 days, plus full access for 14 days free at startopenfit.com. Startopenfit.com. Results vary based on starting point and effort.
I attended my first workshop years ago. It was my first time in front of a gorgeous model. So you could say I was a bit reserved. I mean, to say the least, I was a bit reserved. I was quite bottled up, actually. And I was very shy, wasn't sure how to speak to the model, didn't want to offend her. All kinds of newbie things that probably made the whole situation uncomfortable. But as the photo shoot continued, I got more comfortable talking and directing the model. And of course, every photo shoot I went to afterwards, every workshop, I got more comfortable talking, I got more comfortable directing, and before you know it, you're so comfortable with this that you could just walk into a studio, meet somebody for the first time, and it's like you know them your whole life. So as time went on, I learned how to communicate with people more effectively. That was one of the things I've learned from workshops. And in fact, the very first model that I shot that day has been my go-to model ever since then. She and I have developed a very good working relationship, and she is now the model I use for my own workshops. Shay Ford, the beautiful model you see featured in this video, is also a model I will feature in my workshops in the near future. This was our first time working together, and as you can see, we were both very comfortable. In fact, I used my drone as an icebreaker. I let Shay play around with it for a few moments before we started shooting. And she had so much fun, it instantly made her more comfortable with myself and with the shoot. Alright, now that you've seen what a workshop looks like in my video, let's talk about workshops for a minute. Number one question, where do I find a workshop, CJ? It's very simple. 99.9% of all workshops that I've ever attended and 100% of all workshops that I've ever created myself have been through Meetup. Alright, Meetup. It's an app. You can put it on your phone. You can go to meetup.com. You can download it on your PC or your Mac. And basically, once you get in there, you can throw in a keyword, let's say photography. It's going to bring up all the photography groups that you could possibly want to look at. Whether it's in your local area, whether it's across the country, whether it's around the world. There are groups for everything there, and photography is one of them. There you're going to find workshops. So, now that I've gotten you there, go ahead to Meetup, go ahead and join. I'm not associated or I'm not promoting it in any way other than the fact that I found it to be a really useful tool. I'm not getting paid by Meetup, but if you could, once you join Meetup, certainly join my photography group. If you're ever in the New York City, New Jersey area, certainly hit me up, come to one of my workshops. I guarantee that you'll learn something new. So let's talk about workshops. There's two different types of workshops in my experience. Alright, one of them is what I like to call paparazzi style workshops. I do not care for those workshops. I've gone to them and I've realized that they're just not for me. Alright, maybe you enjoy this one. They tend to be a little bit cheaper, but basically the idea is, you know, a whole bunch of photographers show up, there's one model, there's one studio, there's one look, there's maybe an hour with the model, and everybody fights because you have 1 hour to get as many pictures as you possibly can. You might have 10 photographers all shoulder to shoulder trying to push their way in and get the pictures that they want of that model. I do not find that type of workshop very useful. I prefer the more organized workshops. Okay, what I mean by organized. You have a certain amount of time with the model, you have a certain amount of photographers there. Every photographer breaks up that time in some way, shape, or form, and they get one-on-one time with that model like you see in my video. There were other photographers at the workshop in the video that I just shot and showed you, but you didn't really see any other photographers, or maybe you saw one of them kind of doing shots from the side behind me. The idea is that you get that one-on-one time. You get that time to work with that model, to get comfortable with that model, to do and learn and figure out and experiment with all the things that you want to do at a workshop. Generally, workshops like this, you can even purchase one-on-one time afterwards. Once you purchase that one-on-one time, you know, you might purchase a half an hour with a particular model. You can do whatever you want with that model. You can have her wear whatever she brought with her to wear. You can get all the looks you want. The second great thing about workshops is the fact that you can experiment. Maybe you haven't purchased any studio lights yet and you want to go try out some studio lights. You can find yourself some workshops. Generally, most workshops are going to have their own studio lights. They might be constant light, they might be strobes, they are going to have different kind of modifiers. Every workshop's going to be different, but you're going to be able to experiment with all that stuff. You might be able to switch out and, you know, shoot with an umbrella and then shoot with an octagon and get two of the same picture, but then bring them back, edit them on your computer, see how they look, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, I really like this particular look or that particular look. And now you know, without wasting your money, that you need to go out and buy an octagon because you really like that look, or you need to go buy a 1x4 strip. Whatever that might be. There's all kinds of tools. You can experiment with everything that they have there. You can experiment with your own stuff. I know when I purchase new equipment, the first thing I like to do is go to a workshop with that piece of equipment, get to know it really well, get to shoot with it. That way, when I'm in front of a paying customer, I know everything I need to know about that camera. I know the look that I want to get. I know how to set my lights. I know how to set my camera. I look like I know what I'm doing in front of that customer. And that's really what you want to get out of these workshops, is not only do you want to learn new stuff, not only do you want to be able to experiment with either your equipment or with somebody else's equipment, but you also want to get that professionalism. You want to get used to using your equipment, knowing how it works, knowing how to set it in order to get the look you want. And when you're in front of a paying customer, or if you're just in front of somebody who expects you to be a professional photographer, then you look and act like you know what you're doing and you get the results you want. It's going to make everybody that's getting their picture taken, whether they're a paying customer or not, very happy. And it's going to make you happier with your product and with your hobby or your professionalism, whatever your photography level might be. So that being said, I'm going to put the link for Meetup at the end of my video, and I'm also going to give you the results of that workshop. So stick around and see some of the pictures that I took, and have a great day. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to my channel. It's been down in the corner the whole time. Make sure you push on that at the very least, and if you could, push the notifications. Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Hope to see you at a workshop.